Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here this evening on the Sackcloth and Ashes News Report. Seho and I, we bless each and every one of you. Well, everything is really happening at warp speed, isn't it? And it's happening that way for a reason. I believe that it has to do with God and his desire to have his bride at home with him. And it seems like every day there's a new type of invention, a new level of evil. And yet the Bible is clear that there is nothing new under the sun. And these fallen angels, they've had this heavenly technology for a very long time. They got it from Father God, and they want to get all the credit for it too, don't they? I remember I was reading just yesterday in my devotional 2 Corinthians, and the Apostle Paul, he was teaching the church there at Corinth that we should never take credit for another man's labor. And then also, too, that we should always give God the glory for everything good that we do. But you see, these fallen angels, they should not be taking any glory for these inventions. They received all of it from the heavenly domain, and they are creating a fallen kingdom down here. They are corrupting everything that God made that was perfect, and they're on borrowed time. So the Lord wanted me to talk about the newer generation of Google glasses today, and then take a look at where we are on the global release for them. Because you see, once the new generation of these glasses are released to the public, everything could change. And that's the main point that I want to emphasize. Everything that your phone can do by image searching, address searching, spying on people, that type of technology that's available with our phones, it will all be available to the general public very soon. In fact, everything about you will one day be made public. So how do you like that technology now? Now, do you remember how God showed his presence to the Israelites in the wilderness? He had the cloud by day, his glory cloud by day, and then he had the pillar of fire by night. Have you ever actually thought about that? Have you ever thought about the iCloud storage and how that is a complete mockery to God? Look at that wordplay. Yeah, all your data stored up there in the iCloud, as though the iCloud was a representation of God, all-knowing. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? And have you ever thought about the domain Yahoo? What about that name? Talk about mockery. Yahoo, as in who is Yah, right? No, I do not use my Yahoo account anymore after the Lord showed me that probably almost 10 years ago. Okay, well, anyways, I think that those who buy into this heavenly technology, they just can't let it go. They will eventually become the eyes and the ears, the hands and the feet of the beast. And the fallen ones, they've got some very big plans to cause even more division. I want to give you a little scenario. Just pretend you're driving down the interstate and you stop off at the rest stop to go to the public restroom. And you're standing in line, and everyone has their Google AI glasses on or their Ray-Ban AI glasses on. And they find out who you are just by doing a little image search of you. It's going to instantly display who you are. It will show everything about you, your political party, your religious beliefs, that you might stand in opposition to their beliefs. It's going to be a whole new level of interesting. Yes. Now, I have this article. I want to look at that this evening. It's a technology review article. Now, I don't like The Sun as one of my favorite publications at all, but it is a very nicely condensed review of these Ray-Ban Meta glasses. And these are the brainchild of Mark Zuckerberg and company with his transhumanism agenda. But this lady, very eloquently, she went through 3 things that she really likes about these glasses. She states that the glasses are a clever pair of high-tech specs with a camera, microphone, and even an AI assistant. And yes, she wrote, you can talk to your glasses. They will be launched on October 17th for $299. That's just 2 weeks away. And she was able to experience them at Meta's California headquarters. And there were 3 things about these that really won her over. Now, I think we're going to learn a lot about this new gadget together here this evening. And I bet militaries around the world already use this technology, as well as assassins out there. So anyway, she liked the built-in speakers. She wrote they are even louder than the previous generation of glasses, and they have significantly less noise leakage. And during a phone call, she was sitting next to someone, and the audio was barely discernible to the person sitting right beside her. And she could comfortably hear the voice on the phone without getting close to the maximum volume setting, and even decent in a noisy environment. So she could hear the outside world while also being able to listen to music and make phone calls. So I guess multitaskers are going to love this sort of technology. Now, the next feature she liked was the obvious one. And, they are peddling this, and that is Meta AI. The older versions of these glasses did not have AI, but you can talk with the new Meta AI, and you can carry out tasks with simple voice commands like take a photo or capture a video. So she was very impressed also with the weather forecast option, which was given for her exact location. And she wrote that her glasses were able to write her a poem about a cat in a matter of seconds. Now, this is why I believe this will be used for nefarious purposes, that high-powered AI. I think terrorists will use it to carry out plots, and it's possible that they're already using them. Anyways, in 2024, when the next generation of these come out, you will also be able to ask questions about what you are seeing, and there will be AI chatbots on there, quick translations for signs that are written in foreign languages. So if you're on vacation, that will be a nice feature for someone to use. And you won't even need a tour guide, she wrote, because you can access information on famous landmarks. And finally, the last thing she wrote is she liked the live streaming capability. The new Ray-Bans add live streaming to their visual package, along with still pictures and 60-second video clips. You can instantly beam them to Facebook or Instagram what you're seeing. And then she concludes by writing that it means you can enjoy the moment. Maybe you're cooking dinner, or maybe you're climbing a mountain while your friends and family or internet strangers look on with envy and awe. So there are so many options out there with this technology, friends, and I can see massive invasion of privacy. Now, I don't know how close to people you will have to be to lock on them and identify who they are. Maybe you can identify them just simply with the microphone in the glasses, like you'll have bionic hearing and voice recognition, or you'll be able to hear in on people's private conversations. This seems like the perfect spy gear for the beast and his kingdom. So don't forget that all of this AI technology right there in the forehead region, it is getting closer and closer to where John the Revelator said that the mark of the beast will be the right hand or the forehead. Check that out. So, what we have here is the beast system making their fine-tuned adjustments, growing its sphere of influence with the younger generation. And can you just think of a million reasons why we need to be praying for them nonstop? I mean, I'm old school, friends. I had trouble learning how to use computers when they first came out. I'm not going to be jumping on the bandwagon for all of this, but I can tell you my children and my grandchildren and yours as well, we need to be really interceding for the younger generations. And there will clearly be a division, like I'm mentioning here, between those who want this sort of technology and those who don't. But, what I think is important to note is that when you place Elon Musk brain chip with Mark Zuckerberg's smart AI glasses, you have almost created a super army of soldiers who can go around gathering intel for the beast. Think about that. While Mark Zuckerberg is having his technology expos and he's teaching people how to make their lives better, I can see people going farther and farther away from God. So this is so scary to me. And they promote how surgeons are getting trained in the metaverse and firefighters. They're learning how to fight fires without actually staging real fires. And mechanics can learn how to, work on different engines. And what about all the office meetings that are taking place in the metaverse? You see, these applications are awesome, but this is technology from God the Father. You see, friends, but what if your family and friends, they want that alternate reality more and more, and then they leave the reality that Jesus Christ created for us, and it will be devoid of God. I believe that. I'm hearing things from some friends who are involved with the metaverse, and I heard one express that you can go to biblical sites and learn things about Christ in the metaverse, but, when the Antichrist comes to the forefront, I bet all of that stuff will be immediately filtered out. And what kind of world will this be then? So, I'm just very concerned how the beast is incrementally wedging his way into the minds of humanity. And don't forget, Seho and I, we were talking about the Brain Initiative, how it was such an important aspect of the Beast program. Back in 2013, that's just 10 years ago, Obama, his White House had slated, $110 million for DARPA, National Institutes of Health, and a National Science Foundation for all of this research. So the goal is, in my opinion, what all of this technology is aimed for. It's for them to go at the minds of God's children. So the research that, they have been doing is to map the dynamics of neuron activity in mice and other animals. And then their goal was eventually the tens of billions of neurons in the human brain. So this is not a science fiction movie anymore. This is our life right now. And this sounds like a military program aimed at you and me, and we're paying for it with our tax dollars. So, friends, when you see people jumping in the metaverse full speed, donning their Ray-Ban sunglasses or their headsets, you can expect more and more global unrest. God is not going to tolerate a world that says, no, thank you, God. I got this. I got my metaverse, God. I got all the stimulation that I need. So just remember that, that we talked about it here on the Sackcloth and Ashes News Report, that this Brain Initiative is the Mark of the Beast initiative. All of this is going towards the Mark of the Beast. And it does include these AI glasses. And people, they're running to it like a new flavor of ice cream, the brain chip, the quantum dot tattoo, which is coming, wireless communication, which is going to advance more and more. They're even burying those Wi-Fi lines underground, under the newly paved streets, the smart cities, and even telepathic communication, all for the benefit of controlling the children of God. It's so sad, and most do not see it coming. So pray for humanity, friends. Pray for wisdom. Pray for discernment. I know God will spare his own. That's what he promises us. So let's get on the side of Jesus Christ and let's walk in his everlasting light. And let's not fall victim to the next gadget and the next gadget and the next gadget. So, idolatry will unfortunately have swallowed humanity whole like the serpent in the Garden of Eden. So we just need Jesus like never before. All right, friends. Well, that's all for this evening. God bless all of you, and we'll talk to you again real soon.